There's 8 performances in this show. The first 4 will be each comic doing their own stuff, then we'll bring them back as the people Paul paired them up to be. So up first, as themselves, please put your hands together, raise your roof, give as much love as you possibly can to the wonderful Jay Handley!
Hello everybody, hello. My name's Jay. You might recognise me from the Bible. We've got a few Jesus fans here, good. It is fun looking like Jesus. I do enjoy it, specifically when Jehovah's Witnesses come to the door. So it's good. Like, hello, sir. We've come to talk to you about you. If I'm feeling a bit mean, I like to go, sorry guys, really, I'm just not interested. You guys seem like a lot of fun. I appreciate you laughing at me with Jesus jokes, because I'm a middle-aged gentleman now. I'm 40 years old. I'm actually out of Christ by some distance at this point in my life. I don't know how much longer I'll get to look like Jesus, to be honest, because my hair's going grey, if you can see that. You know, next time you see me, I'll probably have to do Gandalf jokes. I'm losing my eyesight as well. I've got glasses now, but if I put these fuckers on, I go from Jesus to John Lennon. Just bigger than Jesus in many ways, but it's nice to be here. It's nice to meet all you people. I'm obviously, like I said, a 40-year-old gentleman, which you know, it's a milestone as it's middle age. I've started missing my youth. Basically, that's what happens when you turn 40. You start missing being young. And do we have any over 40s in? That's the sound of it. Do we have any under 40s in? Bunch of cunts. No, fair play to you. I enjoyed being young. It was good. I liked it. When I was young, I used to like going clubbing. Anyone like going clubbing? Yeah, a few people. I used to love that shit, man. I kind of want to go again, to be honest. But I'm 40 years old. Like I said, it's a bit old to go clubbing when you're 40. It's cool, like in your 20s, you know. In your 30s, even you become a bit of a weirdo in the old nightclubs. You know, 40s definite weirdo. 50s definite weirdo. 60s definite weirdo. Weirdly, 70s legend. Do not know what happens between the 60s and the 70s, but it seems to transform you from being a pariah into everyone going, let's have a dance with Grandad. It's like, what you want, Grandad? White pills for my heart, blue ones for my dick. Having a great time. Got Worms originals for the come down. It's like Grandad's doing a robot. It's arthritis. I can't help it. But it's alright getting older, I don't mind, I'm accepting it, it's fine, it's good, I'm doing all good old people things, you know, I'm settling down bit by bit. I have a lovely girlfriend, she's a teacher, my girlfriend. Do we have any teachers in? What do you teach there? Physics. Physics, that's a fucking real subject, damn, Jesus Christ. I'm already intellectually out of my depth with this gentleman, you see. Physics, that's incredible. My girlfriend, believe it or not, teaches religious studies, which it does make me wonder, why are you with me? Why do you always have to tie me to the bed? What are you doing? Yeah, she's called Mary as well. She's a nice lady. She's a good lady. We had a child recently. Indeed, very excited to have a child. It's a wonderful thing. Our child is 12 weeks old. 12 weeks old, I know, yeah, for those of you who have children, it's a very intense time. I'll paint a picture of just how intense a time it is. I only recently got to the Fringe. I came a couple of days ago on the coach from London, and that coach was due to take 8.5 hours, yeah, but it actually got delayed en route and ended up taking 11.5 hours to get here, and that was the best 11.5 hours of the last 12 minutes. I would have paid double for my coach ticket if I knew I would get that extra time to myself. It was a wonderful thing. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying to be the best dad that I can be. You know, I'm doing my level best. I actually got recommended a course by the maternity hospital when we found out we were pregnant. They said you could do a course, right, in the local area which will teach you how to be a good dad. And I thought, sweet, I'll do that course. The only problem is my local area is Lewisham, South East London. It's a little bit rough. So I turned up to do the course, and it's just me and 5 15-year-old boys. They thought I was the teacher. It was embarrassing, to be honest. But one of them was on his second kid. Yeah, he's my mentor now, actually. He's taught me a lot, this guy. He's a good guy. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying to learn to be a good dad. But I'm also taking the pressure off myself, because I know being a dad is not the most important parent, is it? Of course, mums are the most important parent. Do you say that's true? Yeah, mums are the most important. I think even nature dictates to us how important mums are, because nature, right, has the menopause for women. That's nature's way of saying, listen, right, being a mum, too difficult, too important a job. After a certain age, we're going to cut you off. No more eggs, right? Whereas blokes, like, we can have kids up to any age, can't we? Like Al Pacino just had a kid, 87 years old. Yeah, nature was like, hey, fine, you're not important now. Do what you want, you know. Because men, we don't have a menopause, do we? We don't run out of sperm. And it's a good job we don't, to be honest, because if we did, we'd all hit the menopause age 14 and a half. We'd have all wanked ourselves barren before we did our GCSEs. We'd be like, oh no, I've run out. Oh, what am I going to do now? How am I going to have kids? Oh, maybe I can scrape some off my bedroom wall. And then somewhere put it in the freezer for a rainy day. Like the family sourdough starter. That was your great-granddad's final load over there, that's it. Anyway, you guys are a wonderful bunch of people. My name is Jay Handley, see you again. Take care.
Let's give that applause, build it up again for the wonderful Adam Greene!
Thank you. Cheers, guys. Thanks, guys. Cheers. Appreciate it. That's better, isn't it? I kept that. I don't normally do that. I was just trying to work out if the mic was working or not, because it felt like it wasn't. And now it is. Which is better, really, isn't it? It's like you go, what's he saying? And now you go, I know what he's saying. He's got to copy that now in like 20 minutes time, and that's going to be so innocuous. Anyway. Right, my name's Adam. Fun facts about me, I'm pretty fat. Thanks, yeah, you can really see at the side there, can't you? The profile view. Yeah, no, I know I'm fat because people keep telling me I am, like loved ones. Like my girlfriend said to me the other day, she said, I think you've got a dad bod. And I said, why, it looks like I let myself go. She said, no, it looks like you've eaten my dad. We have to sort of change the way we talk to one another now. Like, you know, when you start dating, it's all like proper just flirting all the time. Pillow talk and flirting's very much changed for us. Like, we had some pillow talk not so long ago. We were both lying in bed. She turned to me and she said, I think we both got sleep apnea. To which I replied, oh, I've heard you can get a grant from the government for that. And she said that was the sexiest thing I'd ever said. Not a long list. I've got pretty bad at flirting now. Like, we've been together a little while. But like, you still try, don't you? You still try and do the flirting. So the other day, like, we were kind of lying in bed, and I thought, I'm going to do some flirting with her. And like, she'd gone out of the room, and I thought, when she comes back, I'm going to get her. I'm going to do some flirting. Going to see how that goes, right? So she came back in the room. She said, I've just had a massive poo. And I thought, well, work with what you got. So I went, oh, nice and empty. That didn't work. I've got like really bad at picking up when she's flirting as well. Like last week I was getting in the shower. I said, I'm just getting in the shower. She said, oh, is that a hint? I went, yeah, don't use the water in the kitchen. But some of the flirting did work, like, pretty recently, and we were, you know. And so we were doing that, and it was great. And then I looked to the left and I caught myself in the mirror, and I thought, oh Christ, I must have a great personality. I looked really bad, I looked awful. I looked like 2 bags of meat joined together by an arse. So I thought I'd better try and lose some weight. So I've tried a load of different things over the time. I've tried cocaine's supposed to be slimming. That's a myth. Tried dieting. Diet's quite hard to like stick to. Like, you know, you've got to learn a lot about food. One of the things I learned was, did you know a handful of cashews takes 3 times longer to digest than a chicken breast? That's nuts. Go on, you're not gonna hurt, it's just a bit of fun. That's the only thing that man laughed at the entire set. I've actually, so my girlfriend said I should try Ozempic, so I'm on the Ozempic now. If you don't know what Ozempic is, it's basically this injection that you have and it stops you wanting to eat. But what it doesn't stop you doing is drinking 12 pints every night. It's fantastic. I'm getting as drunk as a schoolgirl because I haven't eaten in 4 days. They should put that on the ads, you know, maximise your drinking potential with Ozempic. It's like there are some side effects. It makes you too trusting, although the guy who sold it to me said that wasn't a problem. But it's actually quite hard to get, you know, they won't just give it to anyone. There's actually a lot of hoops to jump through, and I didn't fit through any of them. So I qualified. Oh, good. Well, on that tepid response, I'm gonna leave it there, but I'll see you guys in a sec. Cheers, bye.
Number 3 coming up now, so please put your hands together, raise your roof, give us as much love as you possibly can for Adam Dorr!
Hello! Are we well? Fucking fantastic, good. I'll introduce myself. So, by day I go by Adam, but by night I'm Ad Pierre. And people often ask me, were you named after the Bible? And I go, no, otherwise my name would be the Bible. I was raised Catholic. It's a cheer if you're a Catholic. It's a cheer if you're a happy Catholic. That means it's working. No, I was raised Catholic. It was quite hard being raised Catholics. We didn't have normal music. We didn't listen to Soulja Boy. We listened to Altar Boy. We didn't have Iron Man and the Avengers. We had Jesus and the disciples. So the only end game I was queuing to see was the Rapture. And if you don't get that joke, you're going to hell. The worst part about being raised Catholic, in my opinion, though, was the lack of normal food. We didn't have Quaker Oats, we had Cardinal Crunch, half the calories, twice the guilt. But religion saved my life, so I'm going to be the devil's advocate for God. Religion saved my life, and I'm an agnostic now, which means I'm an atheist with anxiety. But religion saved my life. It stopped my mum getting an abortion. A decision I challenged her on. She didn't realise she had a choice. I'm not going to dwell on Catholicism too much because the Pope died away, but I'm sure it'd be a great. Pope passed away, and I'm sure it'd be a great sport about it, though. I'm sure it'd be laughing down there in hell. No, I'm actually very close to my mum. I'm very close to my mum. We're both disabled, which means we love the Labour Party. I'm autistic and she's lost her hearing, and that's really new for her. It's a really new thing. She's not sure how to adjust with it. So I think it'd be nice if we can do a little wave of sympathy for her on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Sign language wave of sympathy. That's fine. We're both from Kent. Me and my mum, we're both from Kent, and we're stereotyped as these cousin shagging reform voters, and I don't think that's true at all. I don't vote reform. I'm autistic and I'm left wing, which means I love trains, but I fucking hate rail privatisation. I like socialism, but not socialising. And I knew I was left wing from a very young age, because at parents' evening my teacher asked me, so Adam, what are your least favourite classes? And I said, the upper billionaire classes, because they hold all the wealth. And physics, because it's really hard. And I chose to be autistic for 2 reasons, really. And the first reason I chose to be autistic was to become funny. And I went to my doctor. I was 4 years old. It was 2006. The NHS worked back then. I looked him in the eye, because I could also do that back then. And I said, oi, oi, geezer. And he said, hello, Adam. And I said, give me that good shit. And he said, I can't give you autism. And he said, I said, why the fuck not? And he said, well, you're very handsome, you're very charming, you're very well adjusted, you're going to make a woman very happy one day. And I said, that's a really weird thing to say to a 4-year-old doctor. But I'm Catholic, so I understand. And eventually he did give me autism on one condition, and that's prove I'm already a little bit neurodivergent. And he asked me to prove it in some way. And I'm very big into Pokemon. Anyone know what Pokemon is? Any fans? Now, there are 1,025 Pokemon, and I can name every single one of them. I remember that exact number because it's the amount of genders right-wingers think we're making up. And he said, all of 1,025, but Adam, this is 2006, there wouldn't be that many. There'd be exactly 593. And I said, ha, you're a character in a flashback created by an autistic person for the sake of a comedy set in Edinburgh. And therefore, I'm already autistic, so just give me the fucking jab. Give me the fucking jab. And the other reason I chose to be autistic was to make a difference, because I read recently that 3 out of 5 autistic people experience suicidal thoughts, suicidal ideations, and even follow through with it. And I think we can all agree it's awful that Elon Musk isn't fucking one of them. I've been Adam, you've been great.
We we've got one more act to go before we mix things up. So, up now, please put your hands together and raise a reed for the wonderful Stephen Carlin!
So, one of the good things about alcohol is that when you drink alcohol, the real you really comes out. For example, I drank a bottle of vodka. Turns out the real me is a very bad driver. Yeah, that was the kind of behaviour I got up to. I grew up in a town in central Scotland, very rough, in the 80s, very racist, sexist, homophobic place, which was weird that it was so homophobic, because my town in Scotland had the highest rate of homosexuality in the UK. Yes, 97%. Everybody was gay. Everybody. If you did well at school, you were gay. If you didn't like football, gay. If you fucked men, obviously gay. But if you liked women, total bender. So it's very difficult to not be gay. We were all gay as a result. We all were. I was gay. My dad, he was gay. His father before him. So we come from a long line of gay people. Everyone was gay, except the Catholic priest, who was not gay. I didn't even know I was gay, because we had, a lot of people struggle with their sexuality, but we had a system where there was a guy in our town who decided if you were gay, so it really took the pressure off, you know. Greg Russell, I don't know if you know him, but he used to tell you, he wouldn't tell you in person, he would shout it from a moving car, you know. You'd just be walking along minding your own business and you go, "You're gay." Like, oh really? I just thought I was riding my bike. I must have been a natural at being gay. The next thing I know, he's promoted me to the boss gay of the town. I was the boss. I'm gay management now. And then I was promoted again to, have you heard of this position? A gay lord. The highest honour that can come to a British gay person. A gay lord, the House of Lords of being gay. Do you know the feudal hierarchy in the UK? Yeah, there's King Charles at the top. Right, he's not gay because he's not a queen. And then underneath the House of Lords, and I am the member for gay. So, don't know if you've ever met a real life lord before. Also wearing a tracksuit, but I'm a member of the House of Lords. I've been down there. Bizarrely, they don't let me in. Like, I've been down, knocking at the door, going, "Let me in, I'm a gay lord, you motherfuckers." But just call security. This is why that's why I moved to London, because we didn't have any gay clubs in my town. It's weird that, isn't it, that we had 97% homosexuality, but there was no essential gay infrastructure. That's why I went to London, to get a good gay club, because there's lots of them. There's one on Soho Square. I mean, I was 18 at the time, and there's this gay club. It's got 18, it's on Soho Square, 6 floors of gay club, and it gets more gay as you go up it. You know, to be honest, the ground floor is a bit of a disappointment, you know. But then you go up a floor and you're like, now we're cooking. And then the next floor, gay plus, super unleaded gay, gay plus 5,000, and then right at the top, craft beer. Very gay up there. Oh my God. The stuff I saw on that top floor shocked me. I was a very naive 18-year-old. Not like young people now. I mean, the stuff on that top floor, I mean, some of those people were sex gay. I mean, they weren't just reading a book gay. I mean, some of them were gay, you know, they weren't just past their exams at school gay. I mean, they were homosexual gay. I mean, some of them were having sex with the same gender gay. And I'm like, I don't think I'm gay at all, actually. A terrible mistake. I'm a closet heterosexual. You know, I thought my family's not gay. I had to come back to Scotland to tell my dad he wasn't gay. had to get the train back. I had to sit him down, take his limp wrist in my hand, and go, listen, honey, we are not gay. I'm Stephen Carlin. Thank you very much.
So we've seen all of the acts being themselves, now we're going to bring them back as each other, so keep on giving loads of love to the stage. This time with the material of Adam Dorr. Welcome back to the stage, Adam Greene!
Hello, my name's Adam. Didn't have to change that bit. People ask me, oh, where'd you get that name from? That's mad. They say, is it from the Bible? I go, no, if I was named after the Bible, I'd be called Jesus. I was raised Catholic, so it was a lot of that. There's a lot of words there. And but anyway, the gist of it was we didn't have the Avengers. We had Jesus and his disciples. And we didn't have Endgame. We had the Rapture. And if you don't get that, you go to hell. And if you do get that, you go to Comic-Con. My mum sort of being Catholic. My mum had an abortion, but it didn't stick. So here. She's disabled now actually as well. She's lost her hearing, by which I mean she's sick of hearing about trains. I'm from Kent, where they always accuse us of voting reform and shagging our cousins. I don't vote reform. No, I'm just autistic. Instead, in fact, I'm autistic and I shag my cousin, which gives me 2 reasons to not look my nan in the eye. I'm autistic and socialist, so I like trains, but I hate privatisation, and I hope Elon Musk kills himself. And there was a lot of other stuff in there, but to be honest, I was coughing and I missed it. But thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Fantastic. Up next, this time with the material of Stephen Carlin. Welcome back to the stage, Jay Handley!
Oh, hey, I'm a Scottish man. Hello. That's what I am. I'm a Scot, and it's fine to be a Scot. And many things about I'm a classic Scottish person in the nature that I was formerly an alcoholic. Yes, that's a very Scottish thing to be. And they say drinking actually brings out your true self. Aye, that's true, yeah, it makes you in touch with the real you, and it turns out the real me is a very bad driver. Hey, see what I did there? Implied drink driving. Such a canny joke to open the set there. Very true to myself. Anyway, any gays in by any chance? Any gays in? Any gays? I've also, when I drank, I found out that I was massive homosexual. That's what I did. It brought out the real me. I crashed my car into a gay club. 5 stories of homosexuals in that gay club, starting right at the bottom with the least gay people. Least gay, in case you didn't know who the least gay people in the world is. It is, I don't know, priests, was it? I don't know, I've forgotten. Priests, I think, were the least gay people in the world, followed by diesel gay, I think it was. It was super unleaded diesel gays, and then there was the craft beer lovers, or as I call them, the IP gays. Aye, yeah, I fucking thought of that one back in the room, very true to myself then. I forgot to mention my upbringing in a very gay, the gayest village in all of Scotland. It was so gay, and it was gay because there was one man who told everyone how gay they were, for whatever reason it might be. They're playing tennis, you're gay. Passing their exams, gay. Fucking men in the arse, gay, gay, gay. That's what he would say. All from his van. He needed so much petrol. God, he didn't realise he was pumping his van full of homosexuals, did he? When it was super unleaded homosexual petrol that he accidentally fueled his hate wagon with. Anyway, there's more to my set. I've got many layers. So many layers. That's it. That's my proudest moment of my whole life. Proudest moment. Spent my whole life a regular common garden gay. That's what I did. And then one day I was promoted. I was upgraded by the same man to a gay lord. Yes, I was the lord of all the gays, and I went to London and I banged on the House of Lords and said, I'm here to represent my people, and they tear-gassed me and put me in prison. Luckily it was full of gays and I fucked my way out of prison. It was fucking absolutely exceptional. My name's Stephen Carlin, I'll see you all again.
Jay Handley there with an identical copy of Stephen Carlin's set. Up third, this time in the material of Adam Greene. Welcome back to the stage, Adam Dorr!
Hello, yes, I'm the second best Adam at this comedy show. My girlfriend fancies the fuck at me because I have a dad bod, and it's really odd that she's after me even though I've killed so many dads. And I was flirting with my girlfriend, trying a bit of that old pillow talk, and she said I have sleep apnea, and I said, sleep apnea? I hardly know her. And then she killed herself. I know, I'm really bad at flirting. I can't read the room because I'm dyslexic. No, I'm really bad at flirting. I try and work with what I'm given, and she once went up and she said, I've got a massive poo, and I said, don't talk about me that way. Not very nice. And the other day she said, right, I'm getting in the shower, and I said, oh, is that a hint? And she said, yeah, you have BO, seriously, you should try it. I look like I'm 2 bags of meat drawn together by an arse. That's not a joke, I'm just sharing that info for you. Yeah, no, I tried to lose weight recently. I hear cocaine's good, but it turns out you're not supposed to eat it. Why does it look so much like sugar then? I started taking Ozempic to lose weight, although there was a massive mix-up. I thought I was entering the Olympics. No, I can't do that. But yeah, no, there was something about like too many hoops to jump through. Yes, that was it. I've tried and failed to become a cheerleader, so I became a stand-up comedian. I will leave you on my final joke, which I have completely forgotten. No, I have. Yes, I have. No, I've completely forgotten. I am too trusting. I just have that written down. I have not memorised my set. I'm Adam Greene. Bye.
I love the line, it turns out you're not supposed to eat it. Up last, our final performance, this time in the material, Jay Handley. Welcome back to the stage, Stephen Carlin!
My wife is a RE teacher, so I've trapped her into marriage by looking like Jesus. That's right. Her name's Mary, which is weird because that was Jesus' mum, so there's some weird fucking Oedipus thing going on here. It's weird. My mum and my wife at the same time. Anyway, we've had a kid now, which I assume was a virgin birth. That's what she told me in any case. I hope so. I couldn't fuck your mum, that would be wrong. I'm the son of God, but I travel by National Express. Yeah, if you read the end of the Bible, it said, I will come back, but on a coach. I'm Jesus. I can turn water into wine. I can bring the dead back to life, but I can't make a National Express coach run on time. my spare time, I like to trap Jehovah's Witnesses. Let's play a prank on them. What I do is I look like myself, and then I hide behind my front door, and I wait for about sometimes 2 years for however long it is for Jehovah's Witnesses. I've never had a Jehovah's Witness knock on the door, but I wait for whatever length of time that is. I'm like, this will be a real belter when they come. And then eventually, they knock. I'm like, we want to talk about you. I got you there, didn't I? Jehovah's Witnesses, I bet you won't be knocking on people's doors again after that. So that's one of the tricks I like to play. Sometimes I like to put on glasses and look like John Lennon. That's another. And then I hang out at Abbey Road Studios in London. You know the Abbey Road Studios. A lot of the Beatles fans go there, and I like to hang out looking like John Lennon. And then I take my glasses off, and I look like George Harrison. And then sometimes I'm a bit shorter. I look like Ringo, but not Paul. So I don't. I'm almost an entire Beatles tribute act, but not all of them. Just 3/4 of them. That's good. You know, I look at John Lennon. I get him into nightclubs. I mean, it's an interesting observation about nightclubs that it's sort of. I don't know if you noticed this, but it's sort of. When you're young, it's okay to go to them, isn't it? And then it gets a bit older, it gets a bit creepy. But then, if you're like older, like about 100 years old, it's kind of like kind of like novel again, isn't it? It's like being like that. Being Jesus is like that. Like if you're like people like you in your 20s as Jesus, and when you're in their 30s, they fucking crucify you. And then, but when you're 2,000 years old, they start worshipping you again. It goes full circle. Anyway, I'm looking to get to 80 and look like Al Pacino. That's my next ambition there. And you see the older people at the clubs, don't you? You young people, you know, they've got their red pill and their blue pill there. You've got the the red pill, that's from their heart tablets, or it could be the Matrix. That works either way. And then the blue pill's like, that's Viagra, isn't it? I don't know if you know this, women, but the older men, they can't really get it up. Again, I can't get it up. I can raise the dead, but I can't raise my cock. Can't work miracles. Anyway, I've been hanging out with 15-year-old boys. I mean, you know, I've been getting no sex from my wife, who's a virgin, and also my mum, you remember, but I've been hanging out with the 15-year-old boys in Lewisham, and I know how it looks, but no, it's not like that. It just... What it is this sounds like I'm trying to construct an alibi with my lawyer, but okay, what if we say that I was going to like parenting lessons? Would that be... I could say that they were parents. They say because it's Lewisham, you know, they're quite youthful. They get women pregnant young now. What if? Do you think I'd get off with it? What? Anyway, I'm Jesus, and I mean, can I get off with that? Can I say I'm Jesus? Like, I can't get off with the whole 15-year-old boy thing, but I can just go, look, I'm the Son of God. I'm like, I'll plead special circumstances. They'll be like, come on, man, I can only afford a National Express coach here. I think I'm about to be crucified again, actually. Thank you very much.